Hello, Grumpy Old Fart here. I'm doing a movie review from the movie Forrest Gump from 1994. This is a drama set to, a comedic drama set to a historical backdrop. And by that I mean it takes place over several decades in that time period, a very turbulent time in American history. The 1950s through, 1950s through the 70s or 80s or whatever, that whole time period. Lots of civil unrest, riots. The Civil Rights Act was going on, so there was a lot of turmoil in the country. And this movie deals with it in a serious way, but more. It's got some comedic elements to it as well. Forrest Gump is a low IQ Alabama man who experiences the 50s, 60s, and 70s, and some of the 80s, I think, all while pining for his childhood sweetheart. This gives a unique perspective on rock and roll, JFK, LBJ, Vietnam, Watergate, the turbulent 60s, and finally Parenthood. One of the finest movies, in my opinion, one of the finest movies ever made. It has its issues that I'm not happy about, but all in all, it's a good movie. I highly recommend it. The cast is Tom Hanks, plays Forrest Gump, the title role. Sally Field plays his mother. Robin Wright plays the childhood sweetheart. McKelty Williamson, Gary Sinise, and Haley Joel Osment round out the cast. It adds, like I said, some comedic elements to it, but it also it's fairly historically accurate as far as the backdrop goes. The standouts here, and I gotta mention this guy, Gary Sinise, plays Lieutenant Dan Taylor. Lieutenant Dan, was Forrest Gump's squad leader in Vietnam, and he was horribly maimed in the war, and he plays this really well. Gary Sinise plays every role with Academy Award worthy brilliance, and this is no exception. The character he plays has reason to be bitter, but through the course of the movie, he comes to terms with it. So even while he doesn't really understand what's going on, Forrest Gump has a clarity. He sees things with as they really are, I guess, without the stigma of social, I guess, coloring, for lack of a better word. I don't know. I really don't know how to say it, but my point is, Forrest Gump gives people the clarity to see through their own problems, if that makes sense. And the character development in this movie is outstanding. I highly recommend it. The character development, the plot, the storyline, the arcs, everything is really great. The only real problem I had with this, I didn't like the way they wrote Robin Wright's character. But people like that exist, so it adds kind of a realism to it. You see what I'm saying? And she's a good actress too. I mean, you can't take that away from her. But at any rate, if you get a chance to see it, the movie is Forrest Gump from 1994. Well worth the watch. You folks have a good day. God bless one and all.